like it's slowed down. Oh, the bumper itself.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, Marla. This thing has not slowed down
Okay.
at all. That plate on that vehicle is a cold plate, meaning it comes back to an Audi. That clearly not this vehicle. Now, this started probably a good 30 minutes ago, maybe more. We were being respectful following that procession for the fallen law enforcement. This started up in the LAPD area. The vehicle was moving extremely fast. The LAPD was chasing it, but got onto the freeway relatively quickly. And that was one of the reasons why law enforcement stayed with this car. But at one point got off the freeway, South LA area, and this high speeds, too many close calls. They backed off. Everybody backed off. And then actually the other LAPD units saw this car speeding, tried to stop, and not aware that this was a vehicle from an earlier pursuit. And it continually law enforcement saying, do not chase this vehicle, just too dangerous. Well, in the end, law enforcement, LAPD stayed above it. Now you can see why they were backing off. That bumper hanging off, I wish I knew the reason why. I'm going to take a look and see if we get some information from some of our friends down on the ground. But but you can see right there, this vehicle still moving very, very quickly. Now off on Garfield, very fast. Hopefully it'll come to a stop under that because that driver chooses to, and this vehicle doesn't collide with somebody innocent on the roadway.
Yeah, let's hope so, as he ducks under an overpass here. So, Stu, let's talk a little bit more about that. So the ground units have backed off because this has become obviously a public safety issue, number one. But they do have those airships up, so they are absolutely still tracking this stolen vehicle suspect.
Well, definitely. They definitely are been tracking. They have been tracking, and they probably will continue to, though this thing comes to an end. Making a turn here. I thought that might have been an on ramp, but it is not. Just giving everybody a heads up that our bosses and the folks that are watching us at home, Skyfox has been up for quite some time, and we are probably going to be starting to need fuel here in the next maybe 10 minutes or so. Just giving everybody heads up on that. So now we are northbound 605 freeway. The speeds are definitely going to start be picking up. We've seen this pattern in the past. I'm not 100% sure on that, but a lot of these BMWs, they're limiter, meaning that the car, if it's factory and hasn't been tampered with, probably limited at about 125 miles an hour. So that's about as fast as that car is going to go, right about the 120 mark. That bumper just flapping in the wind right there, just kind of wondering when the last pieces are going to fall off. But you can see right now he's really starting to push it again. He's well into the triple digits, weaving in and out of these out of the traffic out there, and that's probably a lot of the biggest problem. That we don't want to see anything like that. But you're driving along on the freeway, Marla, or one of your friends, and you just make a lane change, and you're not thinking that you look in the mirror and you're not thinking that car's going 120 miles an hour coming up on me. And you think you're clear, you make that turn, and then it turns into a tragedy. This vehicle right now, weaving back and forth, it looks like we're going to be trying to get back off the freeway again. And I can't even really choose. A lot of times I say, the freeway is probably safer because everybody's going the same direction, high speed, at a speed. But this guy using every chance he gets, squeezing between cars. Freeway, roadway, this guy's a hazard. I just hope nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, I hope so too, of course. So yeah, we've seen him maneuver his way, blow past all these vehicles on the shoulder, weaving in and out of traffic, speeds 120 miles per hour. We've seen that plenty of times already. So we picked this up on surface streets in the Southgate area. Now we're on the northbound 605 still. In the Whittier area, the want, we believe, a stolen vehicle. This did come back as a stolen vehicle. It's a four-door BMW, obviously tinted windows, if I'm not mistaken.
That's sad. Well, hopefully that other vehicle doesn't have severe damage, and hopefully more than that, nobody has gotten hurt. It probably was. The only reason I was kind of questioning it is because of where that damage was. That could have been some sort of a pit maneuver done by another agency. Like I said, we were listening to this earlier. Earlier on. And we wanted to go, but there was that we were covering the fallen deputy story, so we all decided to stay at that deputy out of respect. But clearly, you can see that this continues to move. Look at this. This is the first time we've actually seen that vehicle stop since we've been here. Don't know really that it's kind of interesting because he could have basically made a turn in either direction, but maybe he's starting to calm down a little bit. Maybe the adrenaline is wearing off because clearly there is no black and whites. There's no law enforcement on the ground following this vehicle. Clearly, a number of helicopters are, but right now there's nobody down there. Does that? Oh, that this is the issue right here. There's
The
it's a
cul-de-sac.
cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I can't see it from my vantage point right now to see what's going on. I really have a feeling that there is no law enforcement that's coming down the street. That would have been a good opportunity to block him in,
Mhm.
but clearly that didn't happen right now.
Right. So the units have backed off on the ground simply because it's become a public safety issue. This suspect driving way too fast. We are now in a residential area in Whittier, currently on, is it Tomas Avenue or Tobias? Sorry, it's my distance
Oh, Tobias, Tobias.
from the camera, from the screen
Yeah.
here is quite a few feet. So Tobias Avenue in Whittier.
Just drove through a shopping center right there. The pit maneuver, we both know his driving is becoming a little bit more erratic. We both know that the pit maneuver, there's just not enough. Oh, look at this. He's going to park it. Well, almost perfect in the line. Or maybe he's going to correct it right there. No, he's just decided to drive over the curb. That's interesting. But at any rate, there we go. Just keeping it going right there. I don't know what that was all about. It was something interesting to see for sure. At any rate, back onto Whittier Boulevard and just kind of moving along. Still, he's getting so close to so many of these other cars. It is a stolen vehicle. We heard that from earlier on. It's just sad to think that this driver just really doesn't seem to care about what's going on around him. And also, it probably is the last thing, even on that driver's mind, is that he's probably putting himself in a lot of danger as well. Running through those areas. There we go. That might be the first of the law enforcement. Now, Whittier has their own PD, their own police department, and they again, we assume that everybody's on that same page. They know that that vehicle is in the area. We'll see what happens right now, but that cruiser definitely making a U-turn, making an effort to chase it. We're just watching this. He's driving extremely more reckless.
Oh yeah, on the other side, across those double lines. Well,
He
that
parked
cruiser
by a
just
driveway
stopped.
down there, somewhere down there.
Oh,
Yep, yeah, that's the officer running. So
okay.
Vinny's gonna keep an eye on that officer, see where he's going right there. But apparently the suspect is out of the vehicle and apparently is running. So I'm gonna get on the
Oh,
get
there's
on some of
someone
the
else on the
radios.
bottom there
Push it
running.
down, push it down, push down, push down.
That
We're,
could be
we're
the
moving
suspect.
we're moving Skyfox here to get that shot again with these trees. So we're working to find him too, Marla. We definitely are.
Mhm. Okay, so we're on Greenleaf Avenue here in Whittier, tree-lined street. Plenty of black and whites now stopped. We know that one officer got out of his vehicle and started chasing the suspect. We may have had eyes on him earlier, running from police here. And is this Whittier police at this point? Stu's. Okay, yeah. So Stu is working to gather some new
I'm
information.
sorry, Marla.
No, that's okay. That's
Everybody's
okay.
hollering.
No,
He's
there's
over
a
there by
lot
the
going on
tree,
up there.